is your, hot dogs, I feel like, is always the #1 thing to eat on 4th of July. Are you guys big hot dog eaters?
No.
No.
You?
Me? Well,
no.
they make, those plant-based, they make plant-based, sausages and hot dogs and all that stuff. Reynolds, are you a hot dog guy?
If it was a bourbon hot dog, sure.
A bourbon hot dog.
Yeah.
Anything that includes bourbon, this is Reynolds.
Rock on.
Actually, maybe both hands up for that for you. All right, so what are we going to see when it comes to these storms? Now, listen, they're both going to start to fall apart, right, as our day progresses, but we get the daytime heating. So that's going to help kick off our showers and thunderstorms here in the south. But you still see the energy from the system. Remember, energy can't be created or destroyed. And so it's still out there, and you can even see some of that energy coming down into Tennessee from what's left of the big system into Missouri, our MCS, mesoscale convective system. Now, both of them could be cranking out 2-3 inches of rain. So flooding is possible. And here's a look at what we're going to be dealing with. As we head into the end of the week, we still have, a boundary here. And these boundaries squeeze the moisture out of the atmosphere. So as we head into tomorrow, more showers, more thunderstorms. So basically what you've been getting, you're going to continue to get. And even into Thursday night, I know people are starting to travel for that 4th of July holiday here. Jen, unfortunately, it could be a little bit stormy for those travelers.
Ready for it. We're going to say good morning to you in New Orleans to start. You're going to be feeling the heat today. Oh, the temperature's going up. You can almost see the humidity in the air, actually, when you look at New Orleans. 2.77 degrees. That is air that gives you a bath. So the heat index is going up into dangerous territory, the triple digits. We've got heat advisories in place. And so the thing is, though, once we shake just a little bit of this heat, we're going to bring in more thunderstorms. And that is in the forecast as we get into the end of the week. Now we're only looking at a temperature only about 90. We don't lose the humidity at all. And some of this rain will be very heavy at times all the way through the weekend into next week. What's going on here across the south? Well, pretty much from Louisiana all the way over through the Florida Panhandle, we've got some very heavy rain coming our way. Boundary stuck in place. So as this gets stuck and uses all this moisture that we have in place with it, I mean, there's high amounts of precipitable water. And if there's something to make it rain, like a boundary, we're going to be watching for it to rain and heavy at times. Plus, we've got to keep an eye on an area of low pressure along this front. Where does this go? Does it track off the coast? Is there any potential tropical development? That's something for the end of the weekend and beyond. But in the next several days, what we got to watch out for is this heavy rain and the potential for some flash flooding. We're going to be looking at inches of rain in the forecast in the same areas day after day. Your forecast for Friday is a wet one. We're going to be looking at that forecast into Saturday, a wet one. So the chances there that we could be seeing some flooding or flash flooding. Really just need to see where the storms end up setting up, because if it's right over the same areas, if streams and creeks in that area can't handle anymore, that's when we start to worry about that potential for flash flooding. Sunday's forecast, still a wet one, so there's no rest for the weary here right along the Gulf Coast. So what does that mean in terms of amounts? Well, we've got more rain into Monday, so it's going to add up. We're talking about inches of rainfall, and we could see potentially more than 2 or 3 inches of rain. You know how it goes. I mean, most places will get about an inch, but locally there will be heavier amounts. And at last, Tallahassee, let's look at this forecast for you. It's summertime. July is our second wettest month of the year, so it's not unusual that we have a rainy forecast here. But to have such high rain chances, to see a chance of rain coming our way as we pretty much go every single day over the next at least 5 days, if not even beyond, that's a big deal. 80%, 90% chance of rainfall. It'll hold the temperatures down a little bit, but it's going to add up with that rain, and we could be seeing the potential for a couple of inches of rain coming our way in Tallahassee. And of course, if it's, falling all at once, if we have the high rainfall rates, that could add to the potential of flooding or even flash flooding. Steph, what about the rest of the country for this upcoming weekend?
That's what everyone wants to know, right? Well, here's a look at our Wednesday, and here's the thing. It's hot, and it's going to be staying hot. Chicago, you think 88 is hot? Oh, just wait. You're going to be hotter in the Midwest and the Plains than you will be in parts of the South. Thursday is I Forgot Day. So, I guess you could use that as an excuse if you want, Friday, as we head into our Friday, that heat continues. So look at 90 in Fargo, Denver, Chicago, hotter than Atlanta. Friday, by the way, is International Plastic Bag Free Day. So that really should be every day. Let's forget, you don't need those plastic bags, right? Use the cloth ones when you go to the store. As we roll into our Saturday, of course, this is the 4th of July. #1 food that's eaten, hot dogs. Second is hamburgers. And then, according to USA Today, the third is wings. I don't know why that one surprised me for 4th of July, but that one actually did. That's from USA Today. I'm sure there's other polls too. Here's a look at Sunday, and it stays pretty much the same. So the entire weekend, unfortunately, will be a little stormy here for portions of the South. All right, we're going to be back for the second half hour here of AMHQ.
Back into AMHQ on this Wednesday morning. Jen, Steph, and Reynolds with you as we help prepare you for the 4th of July weekend. Now, some spots could see more wet weather bursting onto the scene like we saw in the Atlanta area yesterday. We had a quick hitting storm drenching parts of the southeast. Roads basically turned into streams, and a muddy stream at that. Look at this mess. It became really difficult for vehicles to drive down this road in the Grant Park neighborhood. We had a trash bin that even went floating right down the road. I mean, just what a mess. And Steph, you made the good point last hour. Just look how like red clay-ish it is.
Yeah.
Gross.
And that gets everywhere, right?
It never comes out.
Never comes out. Though I will say that street, if it wasn't actually a main street and you could do it safely, it would be a great slip and slide.
That's true. Gross, but also kind of, yeah, wear your old clothes.
Right, wear your old clothes, right? If you're going to be, okay, if there wasn't mud and it wasn't a street and basically it'd be a great slip and slide, right? If it wasn't everything that it actually was. Okay, let's take you here into the central and southern U.S. We have two MCSs, mesoscale convective systems, okay? What does that mean? That is basically, MCS, that was trying to talk and write at the same time, mesoscale convective systems, and all it is clusters of thunderstorms. But it's not just, oh, it's a cluster of thunderstorms. These things are raining out. They had the potential to drop 2, 3 inches, even 4 inches. We do actually have some flash flood warnings for us here. Aberdeen and Okolona, that is in Mississippi, and here's the border right there. This is Alabama over here. So Alabama, Birmingham, by the way, I saw a huge shelf cloud, a picture that was taken around Birmingham with some of these stronger storms, but unfortunately reports of homes even flooding. That's how heavy the rain is, and it's coming down so quickly. Other flooding that we have into Tennessee, parts of roads are having issues here, so we have a flash flood warning for that heavy rain. Now, our other system that has come through Kansas City, making its way towards Columbia into Missouri. I-70 is a slow go with all the rain and the lightning, too. Look at all these strikes we've hit. We've actually have more lightning strikes this hour than we did last hour. And so you know that if you see more and more lightning strikes, that these things still have energy. If it was going down, then we could say, oh, the storms are probably weakening, right? All right, so here are the showers just to the west of Minneapolis, Mankato, seeing that rain coming into you. But these systems, they like to follow other low pressures. And essentially, a stationary boundary is a low pressure stretched out. And so they want to ride along those, just like you like to hang out with people that have the same interests as you, right? Well, that's what our systems are going to do. And with some of that daytime heating, there's certainly the chance for storms to fire up as we head into the afternoon hours. So what we've been dealing with in the South the last several days, Jen, we are going to continue to be dealing with in the South because this energy can't be destroyed, right? And both of it dropping down. Maybe it will enhance actually some of the storms for us.
I know, and it's going to be pretty widespread, actually. Let's time it out for a couple of cities. We'll start with Kansas City. It has been a rough morning here. Started off with